The HVAC scam that we're going to be talking about in this video happens to thousands, if not millions of folks in the United States every year around this time of year when the weather is starting to warm up, and it involves this simple product right here. This right here is a capacitor. It's a very simple product, a very cheap product, I might add. And so in this video, we're going to show you exactly what this product does. We're also going to show you some signs that you can look for on your AC unit in determining very easily if the capacitor is bad. We're going to show you how to physically check this with a multimeter and how to replace it, saving hundreds or thousands of dollars. I've heard people quoted $2,000 to replace this simple product that is within the $10 to $20 range for a simple capacitor, which is totally absurd. So I'm going to help you save a ton of money. And even if you don't want to replace this yourself, the knowledge to know what an HVAC contractor is charging when they say your unit needs a new capacitor. Worst case scenario is you have a shady HVAC contractor come last minute when it's super hot and diagnose the system. They find that it's a bad capacitor, but they tell you that you need a brand new HVAC system, that your unit is totally shot. And believe it or not, most people will buy into that fear and they will replace their unit, costing them tens of thousands of dollars when it was a $20 part. So I'm going to show you how easy this is to check how to replace it. So with that, let's jump right into it. All right, so here's our AC unit that we're going to be demonstrating this on. The first thing that we need to do is kill power to this unit. Now, normally you'd have like a disconnect right here in which you can just pull the disconnect that will remove power. But because our breaker panel is right here, all we need to do is turn off the breaker. There's no need for a disconnect if your breaker is within 6 feet of the unit. So this is our AC unit right here, this 30 amp. So we're going to kill that, and then we'll verify that we have no power here at the unit. So what we want to do first of all is take off this electrical cover. And the tool that I love the most is this Klein 20-in-1. So this has a bunch of different bits that are removable. You can, if you have a tight space like this, you can take this off of the handle of the tool itself, and then you can attach it to your drill. So now you have a really compact nut driver. No matter what size you have, from 1/4 inch all the way to 1/2 inch, it is a magnetic tip, and this is just an awesome tool to have. But if you need something even tighter, you can use a Malco bit like this one. This is actually a Pookie Buster that will cut through duct sealant, and it's a reversible 1/4 or 5/16 bit, and we can get in real tight spaces like this to remove that. If you want to check out any of these tools, we'll have them in the video description below, or I'll leave a QR code up here with everything used in this video for easy access with your smartphone if you're watching on TV. Okay, so now that we have the cover off, we're going to be using our voltmeter just to verify that we don't have any power. We're going to be using this anyway to check our capacitor in just a moment. So we're going to put this to AC voltage. So you can see it says AC right there. And we're just going to check between these two lugs right here and make sure that we don't have any voltage. And just to be on the safe side, we can also go between one lug and ground, make sure that we don't have anything, and the same thing on the other side. Okay, we have 0 power going to this unit. So now we can discuss what these components are. So for starters, this is the contactor. And the job of the contactor is these 2 wires go to your thermostat via these wires here. And when you call for cooling, all it does is energizes these 2 with 24 volts. And it connects our regular power coming from the breaker panel to the compressor and the fan. So all this does is just connects power from here to here anytime we get a call for cooling, and vice versa. When we lose a connection, it will basically cut off right here, and we will still have power here but none here. And that's how your unit will cycle on and off. Now this right here is your capacitor. That's the one that we showed at the beginning of the video. And the purpose of the capacitor is to initiate the phasing of the compressor and the fan, just to make sure everything is started properly. And you can liken this to kind of like a battery. It does hold a charge. Now with that, I want to mention some things that you can look out for right out of the gate before you touch anything, symptoms that you have a bad capacitor. So number one, if you come out here to your unit and you see the compressor running, you hear that buzz of the compressor, but the fan is not spinning, that's a good indicator that your capacitor is probably bad. Or vice versa. If you come out here and all you see is the fan spinning, you don't hear that buzz of the compressor, that's another indicator that your capacitor is bad. Thirdly, if you come out here and nothing is happening, your fan and your compressor are not running, that's also a good indicator that your capacitor is bad. So it's as simple as killing power, taking off this electrical panel, and just doing a visual inspection first of all. If you look at your capacitor and you see that these pins up here at the top are kind of bowed out like this instead of straight, that is a classic sign that your capacitor is bad. Or if you look at the bottom and it's kind of bowed out instead of flat, that's a good indicator. Now, in really bad instances, you could have liquid coming out of the capacitor, or sometimes they don't give any symptoms. They're just really old and rusty and they're bad. But that's the whole purpose of checking with a voltmeter, to 100% verify that it's bad. Now, a word of caution here is, again, these can store voltage, so don't touch anything just yet. What we're gonna do is use our screwdriver, or in this case, we're gonna use this nut driver, and we're simply going to arc these contacts together, basically touching all of them together like this. That's going to discharge the capacitor. Now, I've never actually been popped by one of these, but I've heard of others that have, so just use some caution here. And another thing that I recommend doing is, if you don't want to remember, this one's really easy because everything's color coded, blue, yellow, and brown. But if you don't know what goes where, just take a video or a picture from multiple angles and you'll know how to connect it exactly how it came off. So for starters, we're just gonna remove all of these pins, and then we'll have access to our capacitor. So we're just gonna take these two bolts out, and then this will be free. All right, so we have our capacitor removed. This is a relatively new unit, so the capacitor looks really good. There's no rust, nothing is bowing out. All these pins are straight up and down, so no issues there. But you'll notice on the side that we have a reading, or a metric here, 30-3. So the larger of these two numbers is going to be for your compressor. So 30 UF, or microfarads, is the terminology, 30 for the compressor and 3 for the fan. Now we also see right here that there's a plus or minus 6%. So when we go to check this between all of these pins, which we'll show you how to do in just a minute, we should be within 6% of 30 on the compressor side and within 6% of 3 on the fan side. So we'll show you just how easy this is to check with a normal voltmeter like this one. So we're gonna go over to this setting right here, and sometimes you have to go through the modes. With this particular Klein or Fluke meter rather, we're gonna press 0 until we see that UF. That means we're checking microfarads. So now what we're gonna do, it doesn't matter which pin goes where. We're gonna put one on common, which is labeled C right here, and one on hermetic. That's for your compressor, and we'll see what reading we get. And you have to hold it there for just a second. And right there, we've got 29.6. Sorry about the reflection there. So we have within 6% of 30. That's perfect. And now let's check between common, which is yellow, and fan. And we have dead on the money, 3 microfarads. So this capacitor is good. Now, if we were to check between any of these pins and we got this reading, OL, that means open circuit. That would mean that that capacitor is bad. So whether you check it from here to here and get OL, or here to here and get OL, that means that that capacitor is bad and you need to replace it. Now, whether you have a bad capacitor or not, it's as simple as seeing what the reading is on your capacitor, then go on Amazon. I recommend purchasing a US made product. Don't get one of the cheap Chinese ones. They're a little bit more expensive, but just make sure it matches. 30-3, type it in on Amazon. You can get this for less than 20 bucks. Keep it in your junk drawer, even if your capacitor is not bad yet, and you can have peace of mind knowing that when your capacitor does go, you'll have it ready to go and the knowledge of how to replace it. Again, this can save you so much money and heartache when it comes to your HVAC system. Now, if you do not want to go into your unit and see what size it is, and you just want to get something that will cover all of your bases, that's a little bit more expensive, The Turbo 200 is an amazing thing that I would highly recommend. This is a US made product. It's about $75, and let me show you what all is included and what makes this so amazing. So we have a strap that we can attach it because it is larger, as you can see, than the original one, but it has all of these jumpers and it has a self-tapping screw to attach. And the idea with this is that you can create any size capacitor up to 67.5. You can also buy this in a version that goes even beyond that, but most AC units are going to be less than 67.5 microfarads. This one is 30. So let's just say, for instance, we didn't want to go in our unit and find this capacitor. We just purchased this one on Amazon for 75 bucks, kept it in our junk drawer, and the capacitor goes bad. So what we would do is we would find the right combination to add up to 30. So we would go 20 and 10, and all we would do is take this jumper and go to any of the pins on those specific terminals. So 10 plus 20, that will give us 30 microfarads. It's as easy as that to create exactly the capacitor that you need to run your compressor and your fan. And then over here on the other side, we have a 3 microfarad. So if we scroll through here, 2.5 MFD or 3 MFD, that's going to be the green one. So the wire that used to go to our brown terminal would now go to this 3 microfarad for our fan. And the wire that used to go to hermetic or compressor would go to any of these pins where the jumpers are connected. So we can connect it to any of these 4 pins. And then of course the yellow terminal wires that went here would now go to the center post. This is your common terminal. And it is as easy as that to install the Turbo 200 and save you. HVAC contractors keep these on their van, a bunch of them, because they know that there's a lot of really weird combinations that maybe a supply house wouldn't have or they wouldn't have on their truck, whereas this covers all your bases. So no matter what combination yours has, this will do the trick. I absolutely love the Turbo 200, highly recommend it. Well, folks, whether you chose to do a standard replacement capacitor like this one or the Turbo 200, I hope it resolved your problem and got you back on the road. Now, let's say you checked your capacitor and it is fine and your system is just really old and completely dead in the water. Alpine Home Air is an online HVAC distributor that will ship your HVAC equipment right to your doorstep, and you can skip the middleman of the HVAC contractor and save thousands of dollars. Now, what stands out about Alpine is their customer service is next level. It's unmatched. They want to make sure you get exactly the right equipment that you're after, and they want to make sure that you're happy at the end of the day. They offer equipment such as Blue Ridge that we have here at our home, as well as Goodman. I highly recommend both of those brands, and they come with an awesome 10-year warranty that's easy to register. So if you want to check them out, you can find them right here in this QR code. Now, if you're curious about the device that we have on our AC unit, this is a self-made AC mister that will also save you money on your energy bill and allow you to get cooler air from your vents. So if you want to see the full tutorial video on how to do that for under $50, you can find that video right there. And until next time, you guys be safe. Later.